In 2020, Taylor Parker should have been celebrating her client and acquaintance, Reagan Michelle Simmons-Hancock, in the upcoming birth of her child. But instead, Parker was afraid of losing her boyfriend and she was planning the unthinkable. She was going to steal Simmons Hancock's baby. Sometime during the morning of October 9th, 2020, Parker entered Simmons Hancock's home where she savagely attacked the 35-week pregnant woman and brutally cut out her unborn baby. Parker then fled the scene with the newborn baby and left Simmons Hancock dead on the floor and her 3-year-old toddler there alone with her. At approximately 10:18 a.m., Simmons Hancock's mother discovered the horrific scene and called 911. When authorities arrived, they found Simmons Hancock face down in the living room with large amounts of blood spread throughout the entire house. When officers learned that Simmons Hancock was pregnant, they called in EMS to check the status of the baby. But when they turned her over, it was quickly made clear that the baby had been cut from her womb. Immediately after discovering that the baby was missing, local authorities called in the Texas Rangers to help with the investigation. Little did authorities at the crime scene know that a Texas state trooper had encountered Parker and the baby less than an hour before the 911 call came in. At approximately 9:37 a.m., the trooper had pulled Parker over for speeding. When the trooper reached the vehicle, he saw Parker holding a newborn baby in her lap. The trooper noted that the baby still had the umbilical cord attached to it and it was tucked in Parker's pants as if she had just given birth to the baby in the car. Parker was performing CPR on the baby and the trooper called LifeNet EMS. Parker and the baby were then transported to a hospital in Oklahoma. Upon arrival, every effort was made to save the baby, but unfortunately it was too late. Hospital staff examined Parker and it was made clear that she had not given birth to a baby, and they immediately alerted authorities. Authorities quickly connected the dots and discovered that the baby belonged to the deceased Simmons Hancock, and Parker was immediately arrested. Parker was charged with capital murder and kidnapping, along with other charges to which she pled not guilty. During Parker's trial, the full extent of Simmons Hancock's injuries were shared in gruesome detail. She had sustained over 100 stab wounds with at least 39 to her head. She had 5 different skull fractures, most likely caused by being struck with the blunt and clawed end of a hammer. She had been cut open from hip to hip with her womb cut out to remove the baby. It was also shared that Simmons Hancock put up a fight for her and her baby's life, detailing the extensive defensive wounds to her hands, palms, and arms. During the trial, it was revealed that Parker couldn't have any more children due to a hysterectomy. Prosecution claimed that Parker had lied to her boyfriend about being pregnant, and in a bid to keep him from leaving, she faked her pregnancy. She faked ultrasounds, purchased a fake pregnancy belly, and even threw a gender reveal party to keep the ruse up. The prosecution also stated that Parker had researched and watched videos on YouTube about how to perform C-sections and researched the survival rate of preterm babies born at 35 weeks, just hours prior to the brutal slaying of Simmons Hancock. It was also revealed that Parker had told her boyfriend that she was due to be induced the day of the murder. During the trial, prosecution requested that the jury consider the death penalty. During closing arguments, Parker's attorney, James Harrelson, told jurors that words can be dehumanizing and that there are different layers and shades of gray to people's lives. She is a human. She was let down by her friends and family who did not confront her about her fake pregnancy. He ended his closing arguments with, quote, "There was no safety net when everyone saw that the wheels were off." The jury of 6 men and 6 women deliberated for just 1 hour before coming back with their sentence. They ultimately found Parker guilty of capital murder and guilty on all other charges, sentencing her to death. Parker currently remains on death row in a Texas prison. Let me know your thoughts on this grisly crime in the comments, and I'll see you next time.